This is a pocketsofthefuture.com video blog.
Here, let me just get this part done. Alright, so we're here making a little progress on our meditation building today. Starting with the draw knife. Everyone loves to do this, so kids are going to come out. I want Leslie to get a chance to do this as well. Start to run this out. It's actually a really fun job here, getting the bark off this hickory tree. Gotta stand back there, Andrew, a little bit. It goes on like that. We have some pieces I got off whole. This is great, strong material. We have some pieces over by the barn that I did last year. It hasn't rotted. People could make baskets or, you know, whatever. We have the kids probably do some crafts with it. So these are some great pieces for that. Let's just come over here, Will. So what's happening here is we have these posts from our old house. A nice oak post that we took out. We had these great trees over there. That's an old hickory tree over there that I was just taking the bark off. There's an old cedar tree that we cut down to clear room for pasture. So one of the things that is happening in our spiritual practice, we go to what are called gatherings. You know, it's a meditative practice, and there's a couple of celebrations every year, 3 celebrations, where people get together and meditate. And Leslie and I, you know, before we were married, and for years, you know, she's been practicing some 20-odd years, and I've been practicing 13 years. It's our primary thing that we do. It's the life of the homestead and having all these kids and so forth. It's basically our common bond. But going to these gatherings is just something that, you know, I can't explain it, but there's an inner craving of the heart. It's a very you know, special time, and you just feel, you know, it's not so much something that happens where you're happy, but you're just this really overwhelming sense of well-being. And so we've missed all these sort of big gatherings because of family life, and now the homestead is a really big gathering that's happening. It's a sort of an international gathering here in America. This is a meditation-sized meditation practice. It's practiced worldwide. You know, the main headquarters are in India, but you know, there's these giant gatherings in India. They have, you know, sometimes I think upwards of 30 or 40,000 people all meditating. It's just a spectacular, just a, you know, really deep, heartfelt experience. But we were planning to go, but because of the goats kidding and finances and all these other things, we all had, the kids were planning to go, and everyone's just a little bit disappointed about that. But what has happened is we got some great free windows from somebody. This thing called Free Cycle. And I went to the person's house, right, Kizzy?
Yeah.
And then and I figured out a way to put the windows together. I already put one together. So I had hoped that we would somehow finish this meditation center, so at least we could have the gathering here, because it's a separate place. Leslie and I could meditate, then we could do our things with the kids. It's not going to be finished, but we're probably going to do as much work as we can. I'm going to put these posts in. I'm going to buy a few more of these posts when we get a chance. Some of the problems is I have to get the truck fixed before we can dig out the foundation and drop in sand and rock and a few things. So we need to wait and sell bow and clover. So there's a few setbacks that we're having here because of just a variety of other reasons. But hopefully it'll be something that we can at least do significant part of this, so that when we have, you know, what we have now is a new experience. I think in terms of this meditative system is, you know, I think we're maybe the first people in this system to really homestead, and not being able to travel because of the animals, you know, the large family and so forth. We have to create something on our own property to you know, a separate place to where we can sort of create a condition, a spiritual atmosphere. So having this building built, and then we'll have people over for these gatherings. The next one is in July, late July, the next major celebration, and then we can actually have some sort of small gatherings. So we're actually going to move forward on this now because of all that. I'm going to try to put the windows in, you know, and then we'll have the foundation mapped out, and then whenever I can get the truck fixed, we'll move forward with the rest of it. So it's very exciting. You guys excited about, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna work and build with cob.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else is there? Be good, you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess that's it for this update. I guess we'll do a little bit later when I have the posts in the ground and so forth. So put this post in. Ended up being a little bit shorter than I had thought it was, but it still is deep enough in the ground to be in there sturdy and all. Still waiting for the goats to have their kids. It's starting to become a little bit of a waiting game. So this is done here. Got it nice and even, which is nice. It's a little bit difficult working with these tree posts because they're not always square and round. You know, they're sometimes a little bit crooked. Or we were unable to cut the top exactly straight or something. But this is done, and you know, we're feel good about the progress we're making here. So continue on with this. So here are the windows. This is the one I put a frame around. It's basically 2x4s that I put a frame around so that I could just screw the 2x4s into the posts in our meditation room. Here are the I don't know what these are called, but whatever that holds the window in. These things make the window slide up and down. I had a whole bunch of them over here. Basically, this person had a house that that she was selling, just going through a divorce or something, and they were selling the house, and they found all this stuff in the attic, and they just wanted to get rid of it, so they gave it away, which is great for us. And here's the meditation. Here's the windows. They're nice on the inside. That's nice wood sort of color. Yeah, there. This nice sort of wood color here. That was broken, but the rest are in good shape, and so I'll just get some 2x4s and mount them all. They're really heavy, actually. They're like double paned, and you know, so we probably couldn't afford to get windows this good if they were new for the building. So it's worked out really well. I'm going to replace the glass here on this one. Shouldn't be that hard, but you know, so this will be most of the windows. We have to get a few more. We'll probably get them at Habitat for Humanity, and get like some sort of big picture window or something that might probably not open up or anything. But again, just, you know, seal that right in. So next step is so this is a big jump for us. Well, the windows was one of the main expenses. So, you know, we have to buy a roof, a good roof, and you know, I like the Endura. But other than that, you know, when the posts are expensive, there's some lumber involved. The posts and then the boards that hold up the roof. But other than that, you know, it's not going to be all that expensive. Getting these windows was a huge break because windows are expensive, and door would have been expensive. So to get those two things, it's been a big deal for us, and you know, let's jump start the project a little bit.